welcome back, everybody. If you were with us for the beginning of Wingless Wednesdays, you saw Alex Bergeron bring home the Midget Series win. Now we put the 360 wingless cars out here. Looks like we got about 21 of them checked in. They are just about at the end of their practice session. And, of course, everything's going to break on me. So we'll not get to do very many shares. Going to have to rely on you, the fans, to do all of our shares for us. Right now, practice winding out. We'll be getting our national anthem going here in just a moment. Getting a few in here. So here we go. Take it away, Johnny Foley.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, qualifying about to wrap down. James Tiernan, Todd LeBeau, Cody Batten, Stephen Hill, Rusty Kruger, the top five. I don't think we're going to have 5 heat races in this, looking like maybe 3. A little bit quicker night for the Pawkins Custom Tailgate guys. Heat race number 1, gridding out on to the racing surface. On the pole, representing the United States of America, that great red, white, and blue Old Glory. The Dirt Track Ambassadors, Dirty Old Bastards, Wicked Cushion number 77 of Aaron Schaefer, and on his outside, Swindale Speed Labs number 5 of Rusty Kruger. Row 2 on the inside, the Wicked Cushion number 127 of Stephen Hill, and to his outside, the Dirt Track Terror, the 210, that's James Tiernan. Row 3 on the inside, the Masterson Racing number 21 of Coy Pennington. Scheduled to be on his outside, the 92, that is a Team City Wicked Cushion number 92 machine of Mike Keegan. And on the back row, by himself in the Amsoil, number 25, that is Kevin Click. Seven cars in the first heat. A total of 3 heats for you. And we may or may not have a B main. We may go straight to the warm-up, straight to the feature. Short night. Those of you tuning back in, thank you for joining us the second time. We appreciate it greatly. Likes and shares, folks. Plenty of those. Don't forget we are on YouTube here at the same time. We're doing a little restream action for you. Don't forget to share any of those anywhere you like. We appreciate it greatly. Just around the 4,200 followers mark right here on the Facebook page. Just getting that new YouTube channel going, so subscribers and followers to that always welcome. Chat it up. Let me know you're there. Hello, Brett Strigler. Do the best I can to respond to you. Final race of the night. Don't forget when this one ends, we are not done for the week. Tomorrow night, triple header Thursday, Dirt Slingers. Right back here at Williams Grove with their Thursday Thunder Series. And then 2 410 races from the Dirty Old Bastards, guys. Their 410 Outlaw Series. But right now, the 360 wingless cars on their way.
Green, green, green.
Watkins Custom Tailgate Games 360 Wingless Series on Wingless Wednesday for the Dirty Old Bastards. Heat race number 1, and out to the front. Aaron Schaefer quickly takes the lead. Stephen Hill right behind him. And behind that, the 5 machine, Rusty Kruger and James Tiernan rounding out that top 4. But Coy Pennington trying to put that bright yellow number 21 up in the top 4 and get himself a direct transfer spot into the front 16 or front 12. Front 12 in tonight's A main. Right now, sitting on the outside looking in, but Schaefer and Hill really getting at each other. And oh, Schaefer way out of shape up the hill. And look out, the dirt track terror. James Tiernan comes from 3rd to 1st. Contact with Hill, contact between he and Schaefer, and Schaefer's car upside down in turn number 1. And that car going to come to rest on its lid. You see Schaefer was out of shape, got in there, and he and Hill almost made contact. Then he finds that outside wall with just a little bit of the right rear, comes down across into Hill. Once that car finds that outside fence, there is no stopping what's about to happen. You're just along for the ride at that point. This track very narrow on the front stretch, the back stretch, but the turns widen out a good deal. They add about a third more track when they get down in the corners. They just kind of, it's like a paper clip. You get down there and it just gets a whole lot wider. So Tiernan, Kruger, Hill, Pennington, and Click, Keegan still on the track. Aaron Schaefer's car in the pit area. I think that kind of depends on the group too a little bit, Chaz, because I see a lot of the guys with the wing cars that do a fantastic job. I would point you to a video earlier this week on Monday night, Dirt Slingers Monday Nights with a K series. Went flag to flag at USA, and they were dicing it up pretty good. Track was pretty racy, so those guys no cautions on Monday night. Just depends on the group of guys, how familiar they are with each other's driving styles and knowing what you can get by with, pressing the other guy, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, knowing where the limitations are. Makes all the difference in the world. 4 laps to go when they get the green in this one. Heat race 1 of 3. Tiernan, Kruger, here at Lempennigan sitting in those direct transfer spots. Everybody else could be looking at a B main. And if they run that B main off, it's really just going to be to finalize their starting positions in the A main, because less than 24 cars, a lot of times this group skips all of the consolation races and they just go straight to the feature. Tiernan back on the throttle. Kind of a wonky start there, but he's got a pretty good lead. 5 laps to go, 4 laps to go now. Kruger into second. Hill in third. Pennington now up into the fourth spot. And Pennington way down on the racetrack off of turn 2, but he gets it right and keeps it under him. Oh, Hill lost a bunch of momentum. He and Kruger must have touched. That's going to let everybody get around Pennington and put Pennington back to the 6th spot. Now back around into the 5th spot as he gets around Kevin Click. But Stephen Hill, the black car right in front of him right there, is your final transfer spot, at least for the moment. Off into turns 3 and 4. They're going to see 2 to go. This time down the front stretch, Tiernan has already taken the 2 to go signal. Kruger behind him still. Stephen Hill in the 3rd spot now. Mike Keegan into 4th, right in front of Coy Pennington. Oh, and up and over the lip. And Keegan's car just tipped over pretty much all on its own. He really didn't even hit anything. And that car went up and over, and that's going to finish this one out. They'll do it under the caution flag. Tiernan, Kruger, Hill, and Pennington, the top 4. So heat race 1 in the books. Heat race 2 coming up. On the pole, Todd Brandt driving the 112 machine, and on his outside, Dirt Track Ambassadors, Dirty Old Bastards, Wicked Cushion, number 93 of the Catfish, Chris Roberts. Row 2 on the inside, the Black Diamond Motorsports, number 35. That's John Batista, and to his outside, the Andes Frozen Custard, number 94. That's Todd LeBeau. Row 3 on the inside, the Wicked Energy, number 911 of Michael Heileman, and to his outside, Brett Strickler in the 38 machine. And on the back row in the Napa Auto Parts, Casey Kane Sim Racing Team, number 49. That's the Hulk, David Heileman. So 7 more cars. Everybody's going to be in the A main. Everyone you're seeing out here, they're really just racing for their starting positions at this point. Yeah, Norm, that right. We're especially on that entry right there. That's kind of a weird ridge that forms right there on the entry to the corner, and it's kind of got a I don't know what you want to call it, but it kind of sticks out into the track a little. It doesn't stay right up by the cushion. When you go over it funky, it'll actually redirect the car a little bit. Lights off on the pace truck. They're going to go green the next time off turn number 4. Brandt and Roberts going to bring them to the green. Welcome everybody to the YouTube channel. Guys, don't be afraid to subscribe. Give us a follow over there too. Going to be on Twitch, in YouTube, and Facebook next week as long as things go the way they are planned. So a lot of streaming services, really trying to grow the brand over here, bring this kind of racing to a whole lot more viewers. Right now, Todd Brandt on the throttle, green flag in the air. Heat race number 2 underway. Roberts on the high side, got Batista down on the inside, and right there, all cars a little tight through the center. Everybody checking up. These guys are beating and are banging on each other out here, but everybody gets away facing the right way, just not in the same spots they were. And now they pile it up down the backstretch. And once again, they all keep them going, and they're facing the right way, so we're going to stay green. This field completely spread out around the track, and Brandt 1 second out in front of Roberts. Roberts' car looks very tight. That, or he is way overcooking his entries. That car not wanting to turn when he gets it down to the corner. John Batista in 3rd place right there, the green and white machine, and right behind him, Todd LeBeau, the 94. Oh, I've got these guys way out of order. That's actually David Heileman, the Hulk, right there. The 49 machine sitting in the 4th spot. Trying to run down Batista in the 35. Heileman, a name we're used to hearing a lot of, and he is pretty good in just about anything on dirt. 3 down, 7 to go. Still Brandt out in front. Roberts, Batista, and Heilemann all on the screen right there. Off a turn 4, completing lap number 4. Still Brandt out front. Roberts, Batista, Heilemann the top 4. LeBeau a distance back in the 5th spot. Strickler even further back, just coming off turn number 4 now. The rest of these guys going through 1 and 2. Michael Heilemann back behind Strickler. That's your 7-car field. But Brandt into turn 3, off a turn 4. Halfway home in this one. Chris Roberts still second. John Batista now in a battle. And David Heilemann on the high side when they came off turn 4. But he was able to power the car by. Hold on to the third spot. Oh, the catfish. Hooked, skinned, and fried off turn number 2. We'll go back and see what happened to the 93 machine. That car heavily damaged. Goes through 1 and 2, stays on the bottom. That's his normal MO. Oh, and he clipped the inside fence. And that absolutely will mess up your evening. So the catfish out of the pond and into the frying pan. You see the smoke trailing off that machine. Tons and tons of damage to that car. They better go ahead and roll the backup out of the trailer. About 2-lap shootout when they get the green. Brandt, Batista, Heilemann, LeBeau, and Heilemann still on the track. Roberts and Strickler going to start near the back of the feature, but they are going to make it in. Only had about 21 checked in for this 360 series race tonight, but that'll give them 3 heats and then a feature race. So quick evening for these guys. If the lights go off on the pace truck this time by, we're going to go green with 1 lap to go. Lights are off. They are going to have a 1-lap shootout. Brandt, Batista, Heilemann, LeBeau, and Heilemann. The 5 cars remaining. They'll see the green and the white together, this time off turn 4. Brandt on the throttle.
Green flag.
Batista's car trying to get a little out of shape with him, but he took it in, put the right rear on the cushion. Now he puts it directly in the fence. The caution will not come out regardless of what happened there. But Brandt looks like he's going to win it if he can hang on to 2 more corners. Todd Brandt, the winner of heat race number 2. David Heilemann in second. Todd LeBeau going to come home third. And off turn 4, Michael Heilemann going to come home fourth. Batista, Roberts, and Strickler going to start deep in the field for the A main. And heat race number 3 going to grid out here in just a moment. Waiting for everything to cycle through with iRacing for them to move us on to the next race. 7 cars scheduled to be in this one, the final 7 of the evening. On the pole going to be the 4 machine of Don Hunter. To his outside, Swindell Speed Labs driver in the 40 machine, Cole Cabre. Row 2 on the inside, Brown's Quality Paint and Body Shop number 292 of Peyton Greason. To his outside, the 71 machine is Cody Batten. Row 3 on the inside in the Mountain Dew number 50, Bo Brunning, and on his outside, the 047 machine is Jason Randolph, and on the back row, the defending champion of the series, the Lepresto Racing Wicked Cushion number 57 of Anthony Lepresto. Last season, Mr. Lepresto took the Midget Championship turned around and took the 360 wingless championship and then topped that off by grabbing the 410 wingless championship. That series now defunct. They have dropped the 410 cars off of the program. Only doing the midgets and the 360s on wingless Wednesdays now. No consies, right? Maybe race control reviewing something. Didn't get a chance to answer us back. I'm sure he'll let us know something when he does come back. 10 more heat racing laps. Final heat race on the track right now. Hunter Cabre on the front row, Grease and Batten in row 2, Brunning and Randolph row 3, and defending series champ Anthony Lopresto on the back all by himself. Pace truck is in. Field tightening up and the throttle down. Green flag in the air. Final heat race of the night underway. Don Hunter's car way out front and up into the fence. Couple of cars up in the fence. Hunter can't get it off the fence, and Cole Cabre going to come out with the lead off turn number 2. Peyton Grease right behind him, the 292 machine. Out in second behind that. A mad dash for third, and Anthony Lopresto from 7th into third. Bo Brunning right behind that in the 4th spot. After his brush with the outside fence, Don Hunter's car once again into it and upside down, and there's the caution. We saw it happen live. We don't need to go back and watch the replay. We'll wait for these guys to get caught up to the pace car. Hunter just overcooked it a little bit, and it's hard to get these cars to turn when you've got a little too much speed carrying into the corner. And he did not get the front end planted, so we'll let these guys pace around and get back in order, get ready to go back to the green here in a lap or so. They'll have about 4 or 5 laps left in this one. All right. Sorry about the delay there, folks. The dead air. I had to take care of a little issue. Lights off on the pace truck. Halfway home and next time by, so they'll have 5 laps to go. Cabre, Grease, Lopresto, Brunning, Batten, and Randolph still on track. Don Hunter's car in the infield after his heavy hit with the outside fence. Final heat race of the session right here on the track. 5 laps to go. Cabre on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. Peyton Grease in the 2nd spot. Anthony Lopresto coming in right behind him. Cabre's car, some kind of problem up at the top. Maybe lost the front end on that one a little bit. Had to back it off, get the car back underneath him. Now Peyton Grease out to the lead. Anthony Lopresto in 2nd. Bo Brunning on the inside there in 3rd. He was in the middle now. Cabre on the inside and Batten on the outside. A lot of contact between cars and walls and all kinds of stuff. We're going to go back to the lead. Peyton Grease in just a little off kilter, and that opens the door for Lopresto. And you can't do that because Anthony Lopresto will jump through with both feet and say, how do you do? And he's got the lead when they head into turn number 1 with 3 laps to go. Grease not giving up, putting a little bit of pressure on the champ right there. Takes it into turn 3, sets the car pretty sideways. Not able to get the drive off that he needed because he set the car too early. But now he's got Cole Cabrera right back up to him, and Cabrera very fast, really cooked it into turn 1 right there. Almost got into the side of him. He and Grease battling for the second spot. Grease's car a little out of shape going into turn 3. That's going to open the door, and Cabrera's going to jump on the advantage right there. Just not able to seal the deal, and the white flag is out for Anthony Lopresto, almost 2 seconds ahead of this battle right here. Cody Batten still in 4th, but Bo Brunning trying to work the top side. Had some momentum through the center of the corner. But Anthony Lopresto going to win heat race number 3 easily, about 2.5 seconds over Peyton Grease, who got back around. Held on to the second spot. Cabrera in 3rd, Cody Batten 4th. Brunning and Randolph going to finish in a 5th and a 6th back here. And we'll see if they're going to give us any consolation races here in just a second. It looks like we're going to skip all the consi races, go straight to the 2-minute warm-up. While we do that, we're definitely going to say thank you to Puckins Custom Tailgate Games. Proud sponsor of the Dirty Old Bastards Wingless Wednesday 360 Non-Wing Series. Happy to have them on board again for the sponsor. Drop by and see them on their Facebook page, Puckins Custom Tailgate Games. Custom cornhole sets. I know that since Michigan State won the Big Ten tournament the other day, he was doing a big special on those Sparty sets that he had. Drop by and give Steve a like. Give him a follow. Tell him thanks for bringing this great racing onto the network. We'll give these guys another 50 seconds of practice time here. And then we'll bring you the starting lineup. The Ford Entertainment Group starting lineup. Brought to us by Ford Entertainment Group, custom PC sales and simulation hardware. Give old Jeff Ford a holler over there if you need to upgrade your machine, if you want to get into iRacing, if you just want to do some gaming, or you just need a good desktop PC. See them on Facebook.com/Ford Entertainment Group, or drop by their YouTube channel and check them out, YouTube.com/Ford Entertainment Group, FEG. And if you use the code DRN10, you're going to get $10 in iRacing credits with your purchase. That's the Ford Entertainment Group, proud sponsor. The Dirt Racing Network starting lineup each and every night. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow night, Triple Header Thursday, Dirt Slingers are right back here at Williams Grove, 360 Thursday Thunder Series as their fixed setup series, presented by Tim's Sims, Howard Johnson's of Lima, Ohio, and General Tires, along with Simpson Race Products, Down and Dirty Racewear, Red Lobster of Lima, Ohio, Lucas Oil. A lot of sponsors in that one. Drivers picking up nightly prizes. The fans can pick up nightly prizes if they're in and get signed up for the drawings. Super Clean, one of the sponsors on that too. And immediately following those guys, right back with the Dirty Old Bastards in their 410 Outlaw Series presented by Wicked Cushion. But right now, 30 laps on the board. James Tiernan, the Dirt Track Terror, the 210 on the pole. Todd Brandt, the 112 on his outside. Anthony Lopresto inside row 2, the 57, and on his outside, Rusty Kruger in the 5 machine. David Hotlam in the 49 inside row number 3 with Peyton Grease on his outside. That's the 292. Stephen Hill in the 127 inside row 4 with Todd LeBeau, the 94, sitting to his outside. Row 5 on the inside, the 40, Cole Cabrera, the outside, the 21, Coy Pennington. In row 6, the 911, Michael Heilman on the inside, and on the outside, the 71 is Cody Batten. Row 7, Kevin Click, the 25 on the inside, John Batista, the 35 on his outside. And in row 8, the 50 is Bo Brunning, the 92 is Mike Keegan inside and out. In the 9th row, the Catfish, Chris Roberts, the 93 car, and on his outside, the 047, Jason Randolph. Row 10 on the inside, Aaron Schaefer in the 77, and on the outside, the 38 is Brett Strickler, and on the back row by himself, the 4 car, Don Hunter. 21 of them out here for you. You're going to do 30 laps. Hello, Trey. Guys, don't forget, follow the page, like the page, and share the page anywhere in your groups, your pages, to your friends, on your wall. On Thursday nights during the DSRL broadcast, we ask you to like the page or like the broadcast, comment on the broadcast, and share the broadcast. And if you do that, you're eligible to win a set of General tires if you've done it 12 times during the season. 12 different weeks. Going to give away a full set of General tires to the winner of that drawing. But right now, Hawkins Custom Tailgate Games, Posse 30. The Dirty Old Bastards, the Wingless Wednesdays 360 series. All right, here from Williams Grove is underway. James Tiernan, the Dirt Track Terror, jumped to the front early. But Anthony Lepresto, defending series champion, now running in the second spot, coming off that high side. But he's got the Hulk. David Heileman up the inside. He and Heileman almost making contact right there. Going into turn one, both cars a little out of shape, but it's going to give Lepresto a chance to get out in front of Heileman. See if he can put that car up there on the point. Maybe come home with a feature win tonight, but going to have plenty of challenge in the 2 cars, one in front, one in back of him.
All right, man.
Now Cole Cabre was in fourth, and Todd Brandt was in fifth when the caution fell. 911 car Michael Heileman possibly involved in this one. That car just really not in good shape right there. Oh, he rolled it over down on the backstretch and then got clobbered. So just a couple of laps into this one. Tiernan, Lepresto, Heileman, Cabre, and Brandt, the top 5. Kruger Hill, Grease, LeBeau, and Penningen rounding out that top 10. Hello, Chase Cabre. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Staying up late with us. We're in the A main right here. 33 now our scheduled white flag. Still 20 cars out on the track. Going to have 28 laps to go when they take the green to finish this one out. Lights are off on the pace truck. They are going to go green this time by. Tiernan starting to ease into the throttle. Everybody picking up speed up on the straightaway.
Green
flag in the air. Whoever that was back there, Stephen Hill possibly. Really, Todd Brandt actually it was, trying to really get a big run off the top, and he had to check up so that he didn't collect that black flag for passing before the green came out. Right now, Tiernan out in front. Lepresto running in on him pretty deep, getting in the corners, having to check up, and that's allowed David Heileman to get around into the second spot. Move Lepresto back to third, but not for long. He goes around the top side. He's going to take the second position back away from David Heileman. Cole Cabre in the fourth spot. Todd Brandt now in that fifth position right there in front of Rusty Kruger in the 5 machine. Coy Pennington in sixth, and then a gaggle of cars behind that. But James Tiernan about a half a second ahead when they crossed under the line that time. Still out in front of Lepresto, who is just slightly in front of, by about 0.2 of a second, David Heileman. Lepresto starting to make his way to the front, make the tracks to get there. James Tiernan's car looking very good. Oh, now he's out of shape, and Lepresto had all the momentum when they come off turn 2 down the backstretch. It's going to be a drag race, and the drag race ain't going to last long. The 57 machine, Anthony Lepresto, back to the front. And the caution out again, the 4 car of Don Hunter. Finding trouble somewhere. Same thing he did earlier in the heat race. Into the corner, super hot, goes all the way across the track, right rear into the fence, and his night going to end. Get him through the start-finish line here. I will get you the top 10, and we will let you know that lap 36 is going to be our new white flag lap. Lepresto, Tiernan, Heileman, Cabre, Brandt, the top 5. Pennington, Kruger, LeBeau, Batista, and Keegan, your top 10. You hear race control, lap 36 for the white flag, confirming. Like and share the broadcast, guys. We appreciate it greatly. Thanks for staying up late, tuning in with us. Follow the page if you're not already a follower. We're about to break over the 4,200 follower mark. Trying to figure out what we're going to do for reaching the 5,000 follower barrier. Got to do a little something. Right now, Lepresto, Tiernan, and Heileman going to bring us back to green. 23 laps to go.
Green flag, green flag.
Into turns 1 and 2. Up on the high side. Tiernan the tear into the fence. That's going to turn a bunch of cars around. Caution flag.
All right, man. Caution is
coming
out.
back out. James Tiernan's car found the outside fence and found it hard. Try to get a good look at this one from the infield here, see if we can see what happened. Maybe overcooked it just a little bit, put the right rear up there on that nasty stuff, and then couldn't get the car back underneath him. Sure enough, once that happens, Cabre gets him, Brandt gets him. Caution already out. Seeing Cabre catch up to the back of the field now. His car able to continue. 3 retirees at this point. Grease Hunter and Heileman. That's Michael Heileman out of the race. Show you the Hulk right there, the 49 machine. He is in the second position. Still Lepresto out in front. Heilemann second. Pennington third. Kruger in fourth. And Todd Brandt your top 5. Chris Roberts into 6th. Todd LeBeau 7th. John Batista up to the 8th position. Mike Keegan in 9th. And Stephen Hill rounding out the top 10. Take a look at the onboard here for the restart. Right along with Coy Pennington this time. Hanging on and waiting until they got to the front stretch. Lepresto then on the throttle. See these guys going through turns 1 and 2. Lepresto and Heilemann out in front of Pennington. Pennington now with Rusty Kruger up the outside. Just being gentle, getting it around the corner, trying to get some throttle in it. Kruger takes the spot away, put Pennington back and forth. Chris Roberts right behind him now. Just get off turn 2 here. We'll go back. We'll take a look. A little different camera angle now. You see Pennington down the back stretch. He's got a little breathing room over Roberts. Lost a bunch of ground to Kruger. Out front, Anthony Lepresto hanging on to the lead in front of David Heilemann. Heilemann working the bottom. Lepresto off the top, and Heilemann lost a bunch of grip on the exit right there. I think he had a shot to drag race. Keep Lepresto on the point. Heilemann second. Kruger in third. Pennington still in the 4th spot, running around the bottom right there. Chris Roberts doing the same thing. That's why we call him the catfish. He loves to hunt the bottom. Now right out in the middle, Todd Brandt. A little bit of damage on that car, missing that nose cone off the front end. That's exposing the radiator right there, which in normal circumstances would be a pretty dangerous thing. Take a rock through that thing and then cost you a whole lot to get everything fixed. It looks like Brett Strickler's car may be involved in this, and that thing not tracking straight at all. So let's go see what happened to Brett. All by his lonesome back here. Into 1 and 2. Wasn't even him. Could have been Stephen Hill. Hill's car's in. Oh yeah, Hill's car went up. Clobbers the fence. That broke it. You can see how it sinks down and over on the right side. Not really supposed to do that. So he was taking it in the pits. Lepresto, Heilemann, Kruger still the top 3. Pennington 4th. Chris Roberts 5th. Todd Brandt, Todd LeBeau 5, 6 and 7. Mike Keegan in 8th. John Batista inside the top 10 now at 9th. And Kevin Click rounding that top 10 out. Still 14 cars on the track. Brett Strickler's car in the infield. Jason Randolph, the last of the cars on track. Cody Batten, Cole Cabre, Aaron Schaefer, and Jason Randolph, the final 4 in the field. 42 for our white flag, so roughly 18 laps to go when we get the green. Hey, Dustin. Dude, you have luck like I was having 2 seasons ago, brother. You cannot catch a freaking break for nothing, dude. Every time I see that purple and white machine, something really nasty seems to happen to it. Appreciate everybody tuning in with us tonight. I know you're staying up late and watch the end of this one. Hope everybody has enjoyed the show all night long. We're about to go green again right here. A main 360 wingless series.
Green flag.
Dirty Old Bastard presented by Hawkins Custom Tailgate Games. Still Lepresto out in front of Heilemann. Kruger running in the 3rd spot. Pennington 4th, and Chris Roberts your top 5. Well, at least you got through your heat races tonight. I was doing pretty good Monday night. And, well, let's not talk about that. Right now, battle for the lead. Heilemann got there, almost got into Lepresto. Now he's got to drive off the bottom. Hulk had the lead for about 10 feet. Anthony Lepresto into the outside fence. Well, let's go take a look at this one. If we can get a good view of it, we're going to go back. All Lepresto's car just unloaded a touch to the right. Heilemann really left him plenty of room there. And Anthony Lepresto found the opening down the back stretch. So the defending champ going to be out of this one. Took another car with him. Cody Batten's car out of the event. So we're down to 13. Brett Strickler tried to come back out. Could not do so. He's back on pit road. Heilemann, Kruger, and Pennington, the top three now. Chris Robertson fourth, Cole Cabre fifth, Todd Brandt sixth, Mike Keegan seventh, John Batista eighth, Kevin Click ninth, and Todd LeBeau inside your top 10. Aaron Schaefer, Jason Randolph, and Brett Strickler. Strickler still on pit road, so Strickler off. So we got 12 cars left on the track. We started with 21. It is a war of attrition at this point. Lap 45, the new white flag. 16 to go when we get the green. Been kind of a tough night for these guys tonight. All along this track, not the easiest place to race. Heilemann going to bring us back to green right here with Kruger right up behind him. They are easing into it, picking up just a little bit of speed here. And now
Green
full
flag,
on the
green
throttle,
flag.
green flag back in the air. Through turns 1 and 2, down on the bottom, the leader, David Heilemann, off turn 2. Plenty of driving, he stretches it out to almost a second. Now down into turns 3 and 4. He's right on the bottom. Kruger up to the top. Pennington down on the bottom. Pennington getting muscled out of the way by Cole Cabre. Cabre missing the nose cone on that 40 machine. Just muscled his way around the 21 car. Then takes it down into turns 1 and 2 and promptly sticks it right in the outside fence. So sometimes instant karma, well, everybody kind of knows the rest of that phrase. Go back just a little bit further here. You see Cabre closing in. Down the back stretch, got a good run. Gets down into turns 3 and 4. And Pennington's car was just a little off the pace getting through the center right there. And Cabre muscled his way up inside. Just a little bump on the Nerf bar down the side. And when he gets down to turns 1 and 2, he just way overcooks that entry. Track way too slick for that. And a tumbling we will go. So take another one out of the field. Brett Strickler's car back headed for pit road once again. Now, I'm not sure what Strickler, I think I know. I think I understand what he's doing. He comes out and makes that lap and goes right back in the pits because every time he's picking up a position. And that's more points as the night goes on. The alphabet soup band. Well, you know, it would be an awesome thing if you actually were getting through all that alphabet souping, making it into those features, but it's hurting that you keep getting your night shortened somewhere between the C and the B usually. Once again, Strickler's car headed back onto the track. Gonna have 14 laps left in this one when we take the green. Heilemann, Kruger, Pennington, Roberts, Keegan, the top 5. Brandt, Batista, Click, LeBeau, Schaefer, your top 10. And then Randolph and Strickler rounding out the field. 9 cars already out of the event. Wrapping up caution period number 6. Gonna happen one of these nights. You know, well, I don't know. I think that was part of the Triple Crown Showdown that we had the Alphabet Super Award.
Green flag,
Green flag back in the air. David Heilemann on the throttle. Kruger in second. Pennington running third. Roberts right behind Pennington. Closed in pretty tight, but Mike Keegan goes way to the top side now. Out of shape. Had to check up for Roberts, who slid in on the bottom and come off on the top. That's going to allow Pennington to ease away from these two just a little bit right here. You see that yellow car off turn number 2. Still Heilemann out in front. Kruger second. Now the battle's starting to heat up here for the third position. The Catfish right on the push bar of Coy Pennington. Roberts would love to stay on the bottom. I know he likes to be down there, but Pennington's kind of got that covered up. This time he leaves the door open, but just too much space on the entry. And Roberts not able to capitalize on the gap. Back down to 1 and 2. That time Pennington went for a wild ride up to the top. Really got the car out of shape, but he got it in a straight line on the exit and drove off. Heilemann 0.7 of a second ahead of Kruger and up off the cushion right there. 11 laps to go. Still Heilemann, Kruger, Pennington, Roberts. That battle for third going to heat back up any time now. Chris Roberts just trying to find the line. He's staying in front of Mike Keegan. But John Batista starting to reel these guys in just a little bit right here. He's going to start putting some pressure on that 92 car. He likes the high side. Keegan around the top side. Roberts' car just a little out of shape and a bunch of momentum lost, and Keegan tried to go even higher, and he lost as much on his own as Roberts cost him by being out of shape. Now back to the bottom for the 93, the 21. Right in the way, you see the 54 car, the 35 car, excuse me. John Batista rolling through that bottom down there. Roberts trying a different tactic, goes to the top, but that lets Pennington squirt away just a little bit further now. The battle heating up for the 4th spot. This is the best battle on the track. That's why we're watching it. Heilemann almost a second ahead. They are inside. 10 to go, about 8 left in this one. Still Heilemann, Kruger, now Pennington still third, but that battle for 4th. Roberts is on the bottom, Keegan is on the top, and Batista is trying to go anywhere those two aren't. Oh, this time Roberts stuffs it in the fence. We were watching him when it happened. He clipped that implement tire right there, and it pulled the car a little further around and sucked it in, and he found that gap right there. And the Catfish once again hooked, cleaned, and fried. And that is going to be our 10th car out of this one. Bad luck for that guy. Heilemann giving up 2.5 seconds. He had about 7 to go, 6 to go. Yeah, you're right, Brad. He was getting a little bit of repair done here and there, but I know you can only re-enter the racing surface when the caution is out, so I was just watching those laps click off. Now he's inside the top 10. Brett Strickler is up to the 10th spot, right in front of Jason Randolph, right behind Aaron Schaefer. It's Heilemann, Kruger, Pennington, Keegan, Batista, Brandt, LeBeau, Click, Schaefer, Strickler, and Randolph still in this one. Just busted over the midnight hour in the East Coast. Thanks for staying up late with us, guys. They are wrapping this one up here pretty quickly. We have about 7 laps to go, it looks like.
51.
When we take the green, 7 laps left on the board. Yeah, we'll try to grab the top 3. Remind those guys to park their cars right at the end of the race, please. Heilemann bringing us back to green, and man, did he get a jump. Caught Kruger sleeping, and so did Pennington. Pennington in on the bottom, up to the middle, and Kruger stops the right rear into the fence. So far, no kind of cushion building up here at this track tonight, and everybody having all kinds of problems not getting over the top of that. See right here, Kruger in just a little hot, just a little slick in the right rear. Just a little fat, and it'll go find just about anything it can to hook into. And when it does, that car is going to go for one ugly ride. Sure enough. Another one literally bites the dust right there. So only 10 out of the 21 cars still on the track. So everybody going to have a top 10 finish. There was no cushion in the midget race, Dustin. It was just a bunch of loose junk up there. There was no kind of lip or ledge or berm or nothing to it. It was flat as a pancake, and a bunch of guys putting the right rear up over top of it. So under caution 54 for our next attempt at the white flag. Lights will go off on the pace truck this time by. So 6 on the boards.
Just 54, or about 3.5 minutes.
You hear race control give us the countdown on time. If the time runs out, the race will end, but they only have 6 laps left. Pace truck is in. Heilemann going to bring us back to green with Pennington and Keegan right behind him.
Green flag, green flag.
Down the front stretch under the green flag. John Batista in fourth, putting all kinds of pressure on the 92. And Keegan almost took that one and put the right rear in the fence also, but now Batista's got him down the back stretch on the inside. It's a drag race to turn 3. Keegan powers it past Batista and holds on to the podium spot. With Pennington right in front of them, that yellow and orange number 21 machine, but David Heilemann out in the front. Now, Mike Keegan's right rear finds the fence, and I've lost count of how many cars that is that have put the right rear up into the fence. But we are under caution again. I don't know if they're going to get this one back to the green flag. We'll let them get all caught up. Single filed out, it would be 57 for the white flag, which would leave about 4 laps. But we will wait for race control to tell us what the time frame looks like. Still 10 cars on track. Heilemann, Pennington, Batista now in the top 3. Brandt, LeBeau, Click, Strickler, Schaefer, Randolph, and Keegan out on track. Oh, I have one. We used to use it when we did everything manually back in the day. I know we're going to 57. I'm just trying to anticipate the number of pace laps here. There are probably 2 to go now. They'll get 1 to go next time. So they'll get the green with 54, so that'll leave 4 laps. How are we doing on time, sir?
Looking like possibly a 1-lap shootout due to time.
Well, definitely call me the white if that's what it's going to be, please.
Will do.
So under the flag stand, the pace truck. Lights will go off. 4 laps left on the board. Not much time left on the time clock. And at 51 and 52 seconds per pace lap, it's going to tick a whole lot more off. So we may get the green, white, and a checker flag situation. All going to depend on where they are when they get back to the line and the green flag drops, whether they're going to get 1 lap or 2. You'll hear race control break in and tell us. Watch the front of the field right now, picking up a little bit of speed coming off turn number 4. Heileman's on the throttle.
Green flag, green flag.
Pennington still in second and Batista in third. Those 3 cars scooted away just a little bit from Brandt in fourth. Batista way to the high side. Big drive through the center of the corner. Is he going to have the momentum off? Yes, he is. Move Batista into second place temporarily. We are on the white flag lap. Checkered flag coming out this time by David. The Hulk Heileman going to win it. Pennington looking for a second. He's got it. And John Batista going to come home third. Make them park the cars right. Still riding at speed. Heileman. Now the checkered flag falling. It came out the last time we were by, so Batista got around Pennington that time, so the official standings will be Heileman, Batista, then Pennington, your top 3. Brent Strickler, LeBeau, and on down, finish that thing out. Get around here. Get a little bit of ride. Tell them go past the flag stand a little. These guys are going to come in here, park them 1, 2, 3. Heileman, Batista, and Pennington. We'll wait for them to do that. We'll get it all paused out for you. Well, that big old pole going to get in the way, but not a whole lot that I can do about that. Heileman is here. Batista is here, and so is Coy Pennington. Let's get him adjusted just a little bit here. See how loud his microphone is when he comes in the room. Coy Pennington, you got a copy?
Yep.
Well, all right, man. You come home on the podium tonight. That yellow and orange machine kind of stuck around inside the top 10 the entire race. The war of attrition. You come home on the podium. Talk to us about the racing and how you ended up in third tonight.
Man, I came into this just trying to start on the A, and here I am sitting second or third on the podium. So, I mean, just kind of rode around the bottom, did what I could. And it was attrition. Everybody that was running the top had to be careful, and I don't think I was going to be that good running the top and be that successful as the other guys were. So I just kind of hung around the bottom, did what I could, and it paid off.
Yeah, we lost count of the number of cars that jumped over we just call it the loose stuff at the top of the track because it never did build into a cushion, and put the right rear into the fence. Kind of a deterrent to keep you from even trying to go up there, or were you just really that much more comfortable running around the bottom and never really intended to go to the top?
I was scared of that wall. I wanted to finish. That was my main goal after I started. So I finished on the podium.
All right, man. Well, you're on the podium, so that gives you an opportunity to give your sponsors a shout out and maybe some thank yous to somebody, and we'll let you go celebrate this great podium finish.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Masterson Racing, XG's Designs, CDW Auto and Towing. Josh Conover's Nora is off this week. We're getting prepared for the 360 Nationals this weekend. So I decided I'd venture out and try something new, and here I am. I appreciate y'all hosting this, and I had fun. It was a blast.
All right, guys, your third place finisher, Coy Pennington. Thanks for talking with us, Coy. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you again this season.
I'll see what I can do. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, let's get him up here. See if we can get old John Batista. Give us a howdy do there. You there, John?
Yep.
Well, you come home second. A rare appearance for you in the wingless cars here, and we talked to Coy just a little bit. Kind of a war of attrition, but just can't kind of keep moving around, avoiding all the bad stuff, and you come home on the second step of the podium. Talk to us about your race, buddy.
Yep. First part of the night was a little embarrassing with the heat race there. Pumped the brakes going into turn one, and I think went head first into the outside wall, put us in the back of the feature. It was pretty interesting back there. And then the track went to the top, and of course everybody naturally went to the top, and from there it was just people either over-rotating it and getting into the guy on the inside, or just sliding too far up into the wall, and that's how I passed probably 7 or 8 cars. And then I did pass Coy there at the end. I figured he would have moved back up to the top, but I guess those guys are pretty set on running the bottom, and it was pretty fast all night. But hey, I'll take a second place. Obviously not the kind of racing we want here, but yeah, don't really ever run wingless, so can't complain.
You guys really didn't have any kind of a cushion to work with. Even in the midgets, they didn't have a cushion to work with. How much more difficult does it really make it knowing you don't have anything at all to lean on when you got to go to the top to try to get around somebody?
That's kind of like how it used to be when there was no cushion. You just either hit the wall or, you had your right rear in the slick. It was just no really fine line there. Here is just, really had to nail your corner entry for the rest of the corner to keep the right rear right in the, the thin portion where there was a little sliver of tacky left. And turn one, it was kind of impossible to hit without sliding through the slick on entry. Yeah, it was pretty obvious tonight that a lot of people were having trouble with nothing to really hit up against as you slid up on entry. I just backed my corners way up, and I think that proved to be the right decision.
Well, I'm going to ask you because I know you're going to be there tomorrow night for Dirt Slingers. Back at this track again, that builds quite a bit different
Good.
when you bring the wing cars in, especially if you do a little track prep. You expect a lot better cushion, or you expect kind of some of the same stuff considering the update to the tracks?
I'm expecting some of the same garbage we've been seeing lately, especially with USA. I'm expecting that kind of race. I mean, we did have a great race here.
The flag on Monday, though.
We did. That's so weird, Roger. Okay, whatever. We did have a great 410 race here at DOB. What was it? 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? I don't know. It's
hit and miss.
Yeah, very hit and miss. I really just can't predict what's going to happen.
All right, man. Well, I am going to give you a chance to say thank you to your sponsors, give a couple shout-outs, and we'll let you go celebrate your second place in what is a very rare appearance in the 360 wingless cars.
Yep, just want to thank my teammates at Black Diamond Motorsports. Only one here tonight, but that's okay. Chris for putting this on. Obviously not the night that we wanted to have, but it is what it is. You, Roger, at Dirt Racing Network, and Mike. Congrats to David on the win, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, thanks for taking the time. I look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Thank you.
Your second place car, John Batista. Let's grab David Heileman. See what he's doing down here. Probably got about 100 people hanging around his car, signing autographs, doing all kinds of weird stuff. But let's see if he's got.
Him away and told him I'm trying to sleep.
Well, we'll see if he's got time to take a quick chat with us here. Man, tell us about your night in this kind of a strange night the entire night. No cushion on either series. Really tough to get the car working around the top. A lot of guys eating the fence because of it. You come home with the win. I mean, it was kind of a war of attrition, but you stayed at the front the whole time. Kind of walk us through the race and, tell us, give us your opinion about how the track kind of played out tonight.
Yeah, early on, my car wasn't really, I wasn't able to get it where I wanted it. And then I was like, oh yeah, they have the shock adjusters on these cars now, like the midgets had. So I played with him a little bit. I kind of found something because then I was able to hit the bottom at least a little bit better because it was just like there's so much grip down there. I just couldn't get to it. I was like I could see it. But I was like used to hit my breaking points from the midget race or what, and I just really could not get to it, man. Was able to get inside of Anthony a couple times. We get big runs out of the corner, and then out of two, I thought I might be able to clear him one time, but then I backed out of it. But it was kind of too late, and he already kind of moved to the right to squeeze by. But because the opening in the wall, he's caught that. So I kind of feel bad about that, and that killed his night. Then I had Rusty behind me, and he's working the hot top side, and I really didn't want to. Once I started hitting the bottom, I really didn't want to go to the top side, just because I was scared to really. Under one of the cautions, I was like, all right, let's see what's up top. 1 and 2, and I just slammed the wall and did a 360, and it was just lucky I didn't get a meatball.
Yeah, I think when you go back and you watch the incident there with Anthony, we watched it here on the stream, and we got up behind your car, and there was quite a bit of room, and I know that he moved up, maybe anticipating you were going to come up farther, but I think he just maybe misjudged where you were going to come to, and just caught that opening. But you still come home with the win. Good night overall for you and your team. Any shout outs or thank yous you want to throw out there, and we'll let you get to celebrate and maybe even get some sleep for a change.
Yeah, just KKR Sim Team, Wicked Energy Gum, Nap Auto Parts, Wicked Cushion, Matthew Henniger, and you guys for putting it on in these long nights that we sometimes have here. So,
all right, guys, that's your winner, David Heileman. David, thank you. We look forward to talking to you again real soon. That's going to wrap it up for us. Heileman wins it. Batista come home second. Coy Pennington, newcomer to the series, coming home in the third position. We are going to close out the night. Don't forget tomorrow night, triple header Thursday. Dirt Slingers, 8 Eastern. DOB, a Wicked Cushion 410 Outlaw Series, doubleheader right behind that. Their 410 series going to put on back-to-back shows. That'll wrap up the week for us once we get through Thursday night. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you very much for all the likes, the shares. We look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow night right here on the Dirt Racing Network. I'm going to sign off the same as always. Keep it dirty until next time. Good night, everybody.